For thousands of years, humans have looked back at history and wondered about our true origins. Ancient civilizations, forgotten migrations, and mysterious human relatives have left behind clues that continue to surprise scientists today. Recent discoveries in genetics and archaeology are revealing a fascinating truth. Ancient humans were not as isolated as we once believed. Different human groups met, interacted, and even mixed with one another, creating a deeper and more complex story of human evolution. Modern scientific research has shown that our ancestors shared the Earth with other human species and populations. These groups lived across different regions, adapted to different environments, and developed unique skills for survival. But when these ancient communities crossed paths, they did not always remain separate. Evidence from ancient DNA suggests that interbreeding occurred between different human populations, leaving genetic traces that can still be found in people today. This discovery changes the way we understand human history. It shows that our past was not a simple journey of one group replacing another. Instead, it was a story of connection, movement, and exchange. Ancient humans traveled across continents, met new communities, shared knowledge, and sometimes became part of each other's families. These interactions helped shape the genetic diversity that exists in humanity today. Scientists have uncovered these secrets by studying ancient bones, fossils, and DNA preserved for thousands of years. Advanced technology allows researchers to compare genetic information from ancient remains with the DNA of modern humans. The results reveal surprising connections between people separated by vast distances and long periods of time. The idea of ancient human interbreeding also teaches us an important lesson about humanity. Throughout history, humans have always been connected. Borders, languages, and cultures may have separated groups. Ancient humans were more connected than we thought. Scientific discoveries reveal that ancient human groups were not completely isolated. Different populations traveled, met, and interacted with each other across continents, creating connections that shaped human history. For thousands of years, humans have imagined the past as a story of separate groups living apart from one another. However, modern scientific discoveries reveal a much more connected picture of ancient humanity. Early human populations were constantly moving, exploring new lands, and encountering different communities. These meetings created opportunities for exchange, cooperation, and sometimes the blending of different human groups. Ancient people were not limited by the boundaries we know today. They traveled across forests, mountains, and oceans in search of food, safety, and better environments. During these journeys, they encountered other populations with different physical features, cultures, and survival strategies. Instead of always remaining separate, some of these groups formed relationships and shared parts of their genetic heritage. Scientists have discovered evidence of these ancient connections through the study of fossils and preserved DNA. These findings show that human history is not a simple path where one group replaced another. It is a complex story filled with interactions, movements, and shared experiences. Understanding these ancient connections changes how we view ourselves today. It reminds us that all humans are linked through a long journey of adaptation and survival. The discoveries of ancient interbreeding reveal that cooperation and connection have been part of human existence for thousands of years. DNA reveals hidden stories of human evolution. Advanced genetic research has uncovered evidence that ancient humans mixed with other human groups. These genetic traces remain in modern populations, providing clues about our shared ancestry. The secrets hidden inside ancient DNA are changing the way scientists understand human evolution. For many years, researchers studied fossils and archaeological remains to learn about our ancestors, but the discovery of genetic evidence has opened a completely new window into the past. By analyzing DNA preserved in ancient bones, scientists can uncover relationships between populations that lived thousands of years ago. These genetic discoveries have revealed that different human groups interacted and exchanged genetic material over generations. Ancient communities that once seemed completely separate were actually connected through migration and encounters. The DNA evidence shows that our ancestors met other human populations, shared environments, and sometimes became part of the same family lines. Modern technology allows scientists to compare ancient genetic information with the DNA of people living today. These comparisons help researchers understand how ancient interactions influenced human diversity around the world. Many characteristics found in modern populations are connected to events that happened thousands of years ago. The study of ancient DNA proves that human evolution was never a straight line. It was a complex journey shaped by movement, adaptation, and connection. Every genetic discovery adds another piece to the mystery of our past and helps us understand the incredible story of how humanity developed through countless generations of interaction and change. Human history is a story of migration and exchange. Ancient humans moved across different environments, sharing knowledge, survival techniques, and cultures. Their interactions played an important role in the development of human diversity. Human history is a remarkable story of movement, discovery, and connection. Ancient humans were not permanently separated groups living in isolation. They were explorers who traveled across vast landscapes in search of resources, new opportunities, and safer places to survive. As they moved from one region to another, they encountered different populations, creating moments of interaction that influenced the future of humanity. These encounters were not only about survival, but also about sharing knowledge, traditions, and genetic traits. Different groups learned from each other, exchanged tools, developed new ways of adapting to their environments, and sometimes formed close relationships. These interactions helped create the incredible diversity found among human populations today. The movement of ancient humans across continents shows that migration has always been a natural part of our story. Mountains, rivers, and deserts could slow their journeys, but they could not completely stop human curiosity and exploration. Over thousands of years, these movements connected distant communities in ways that scientists are still discovering. The evidence of ancient interbreeding reveals that humanity has always been shaped by cooperation and connection. Our ancestors were part of a much larger network of human experiences, where different groups influenced each other and contributed to the story of survival. This understanding reminds us that the history of humanity is built on shared journeys and unexpected connections. Fossils and archaeological discoveries unlock the past. Scientists study ancient bones, artifacts, and DNA to understand how early humans lived and how different groups connected with one another thousands of years ago. Scientists uncover the mysteries of ancient humanity by studying clues left behind in fossils, bones, and archaeological discoveries. Every piece of evidence provides a small glimpse into the lives of people who existed thousands of years ago. Through careful research and advanced technology, scientists can learn how ancient populations lived, moved, and interacted with one another. Ancient bones can reveal information about physical characteristics, health, and lifestyles, while archaeological findings show how early humans created tools, built communities, and adapted to changing environments. However, one of the most powerful discoveries in recent years has come from the study of ancient DNA. Genetic material preserved over long periods allows researchers to explore connections between different human groups that were once unknown. By comparing ancient genetic information with modern DNA, scientists can identify patterns of migration and interaction. These discoveries have shown that ancient populations were connected in ways that were previously impossible to understand. Groups separated by great distances could still share parts of their genetic history through past encounters. Each fossil and genetic discovery adds another chapter to the story of human evolution. The evidence proves that our ancestors lived in a world full of movement and interaction. These findings help us understand that humanity's past is not only a story of survival, but also a story of relationships, connections, and shared experiences across generations.